Hey, this is Pastor Rick. I'm glad you're with me today on Sharpen. I want to give you a little word from Genesis chapter 50 about Joseph. He's come to the end of his life, and it's an amazing season because sometimes when you go through hardships like he did, you think it's going to be hard forever. But you'll be surprised to know that Joseph's troubles ended. At some point, all the things that he'd gone through had come to an end, just like I believe they'll come to an end in your life. But let me read something to you in Joseph's story that is just profound. This is Genesis chapter 50, starting at verse 22. So Joseph dwelt in Egypt, he and his father's household, and Joseph lived 110 years. Joseph saw Ephraim's children to the third generation. The children of Machir, the son of Manasseh, were also brought up on Joseph's knees. And Joseph said to his brethren, I am dying, but God will surely visit you and bring you out of this land. And let me skip down here to verse 25. He said this, Then Joseph took an oath from the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you and shall carry up my bones. He said, God will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones from here. So Joseph died, being 110 years old. Pause. Wow. Here's a guy whose early life seemed full of trouble, from 17 all the way to 41. He was sold into slavery at 17 by his brothers. He became second in charge in Egypt at 30. And then he went for another 11 years and before his brothers came and confessed their deed. And he was a man who endured a long journey of 24 years of trouble. But what's interesting is when you go through a long season of difficulty, you tend to think that's going to always be. But did you know that Joseph lived 69 years beyond the trouble? 69 years beyond that. It wasn't, his whole life was not just about that season. Sometimes when you're raising kids, sometimes when you're going through difficulty, a job, a career, even a long career in a field that you love, but at some point you're no longer the pastor, you're no longer the policeman, you're no longer the teacher, you're no longer the principal. You're just a normal person living life. Joseph models for us there is a way on the other side. So bad times are temporary. That's what we learn from Joseph. Bad times are temporary. If you make better and permanent decisions, if you make better decisions that are permanent, your life can change. And Joseph did that. And so can you. So let me ask you, what is it in your life that you need to rethink? Are you tempted to believe that the kids are going to be kids? Let me help you. They're going to grow up and move out. You may be tempted to believe that you're going to always be on this job, but you won't. I will not always be Pastor Rick. I will not always be pastoring this church. I will not always be the guy doing these devotionals. This is a season in my life, just like it's a season in your life. The key thing is to learn how to manage that season, learn how to see that season. Joseph, through all the seasons, was a good example of how to manage it. When it was difficult, he was patient. He never murmured. He never complained. He never held on to it with an unforgiving heart. He went ahead with what he had and he prospered wherever he went. That's the way you've got to live. So if you were done wrong, you got to prosper and have a good attitude. If you're done right, you have to prosper, work for prosperity, and have a good attitude. You can't allow your circumstance to dictate how you feel and how you think, because you can't control your circumstance all the time. Sometimes you created it and sometimes you didn't. And so you have to learn how to operate in patience and in grace no matter where you are. But the main thing is that you learn from this life. This is temporary. This is a temporary season, and I'll get through this. So let me pray for you. Father, I pray for those today who are going through a difficult season. They can't quite figure it out. The marriage, the children, the job, their emotional or physical challenges they're going through. Give them peace today. Let them know this is temporary. This is not permanent. It's not going to last forever. And then they'll get past it. And so we give you the praise and the glory for it. Amen. Hey, listen, thank you for being with me for these few minutes, and let me talk to you. Take your time in life, back up your train a little bit. Don't be so worried about things not being perfect, and give yourself an opportunity to get better. My name is Pastor Ricky Temple. I pastor Overcoming by Faith in Savannah, Georgia. I'd like to encourage you, if you're watching us for the first time, to get what we always say, the app. It's really cool. All these devotionals are on the app. You can get them. It's called Sharpen. You can also see sermons, all kind of great things. It's all there for you. Thousands of people have gotten them already, and it's our gift to you. It's free of charge, costs you zero, nothing at all. Thank you for being with us. I'll see you next time right here on Sharpen. You stay focused, and remember, This is temporary. You'll get past this. Joseph did, and so will you. Bye-bye.